welcome back to this very special bonus episode of Eduwell. Thank you for all your feedback on the Boundaries series. One of the things that we heard loud and clear is the importance of knowing how to handle pushback on boundary setting. So today, we're going to come up with 4 ways at home and 4 ways at school whereby you can handle pushback when you're setting boundaries with students. Welcome to the Eduwell podcast, a show created for, by, and with teachers. I'm Alex.
And I'm Chelsea. With over 30 years of combined teaching experience, our goal is to share insights and connect with fellow educators on how to thrive both personally and professionally.
Join us as we dive deep into the well of information, filled with meaningful discussions, practical tips, and ideas that go way beyond the classroom walls. Let's be well
and do well together.
All right, Chelsea, are you ready to jump in? We're going to do this boomerang style today.
I'm ready because like a boomerang, you can go back on those boundaries and we don't want to do that. So how do we handle what happens when someone challenges your boundaries? As you said, this happens at work and at home. So let's talk first about handling pushback from students when you're setting boundaries.
Okay, can I just start off by saying that right now I'm picturing a boomerang in Australia, flying through the air, and in the middle of the grasslands, there's a beautiful well. I have to throw in the well reference. It's like the sun is setting. It's absolutely gorgeous. We always pull nature into our episodes, Chelsea.
Oh, I can see that now too, all the way down under. There it is right there, the well and the boomerang. That's great, Alex. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So our first one is to make sure that you stay firm and yet empathetic. It's really important that you acknowledge the other person's feelings when you are setting a boundary. And one of the things that you can use is one of the beautiful I statements. I understand that you're frustrated, but those boundaries help create a safe and productive environment for everyone. And of course, insert different words based on your lived experience. There's mine, whipping the boomerang. Whipping the boomerang.
Watch your mic.
Okay,
I got it. This one is great for students, especially, I think. Explain the reason behind the boundary. Actually, it's great for if you have children as well. Help students or kids see that bigger picture. So use your I statement. I set this boundary to ensure that everyone has a chance to learn and work in a respectful space. When you help others see different perspectives, that can really open their mind to understanding that boundary. Okay, boomerang, back to you.
Okay. All right, here I go. Offer choices with the boundary. So if you give students a little bit of a sense of autonomy and choice while enforcing your limits, it can really help the person to feel or to just be a part of the decision making. You might say something along the lines of, you can choose to complete your work now, or you can use your recess time, but the deadline remains the same. The deadline is the boundary on that one. And I am whipping the boomerang back.
Thanks. All right. Use positive reinforcement. Here's another one that we use all the time. So highlight the benefits of following boundaries when students follow through with the boundary. And again, also at home. We could say, I appreciate how you're respecting our classroom rule by keeping your voice low during independent work. Okay, here's the boomerang.
Okay. All right. It's really important to remain consistent, right? So when students see that you are consistently reinforcing those boundaries, even when you face pushback, they are more likely to respect them in the long run. And I don't want to say they kind of give up, but they do. They kind of give up. They realize, oh, this person really means what they're saying. And I'm going to stop pushing because there's no getting through on this one. So, all right.
Before we move on, this reminds me of what you've said about planting the seed and then you don't see it grow until later. That happens with boundaries, right? You be consistent with the boundary. You might not see the results until much later, but when you see those results, you know it worked. So stay with it. All right, let's go to the home life.
A home life is definitely more challenging depending on what season of life you are in and what season of life your family is in. So one thing that is always going to be consistent is that it requires clear communication and empathy. Whether you're dealing with toddlers or you're dealing with adult children or you're just dealing with roommates, whatever your lived situation is, it's important to, one, stay calm and make sure that you explain your needs. When family members or friends are pushing back, it's important that you're able to know your why your boundary is important. And so, an example that you could say is, I need this quiet time in the evening to recharge, to be more present with everyone afterward. And I love how, with that example, you're bringing everyone else into it as a beneficiary of you maintaining your boundary. And with that one, I would suggest that when someone tries to create a boundary with me, when someone is able to articulate to me the reason why, and it has to do with well being, it's pretty easy for empathy to be activated. I find most people in my life, when I do create a boundary with them, they care enough about me to respect that boundary. And it's okay to ask for what we need. The next one is to make sure that you acknowledge other people's concerns and sometimes offer some compromise. When you show that bit of understanding while maintaining your boundary, you will get better results. So something you might say is, I get that you need my help right now, but let's agree on a time that works for both of us. So you're not saying you're not willing. It's that you're not willing to right now in this moment. I mean, we are presented with opportunities like that all day.
That's true. And we've talked about some examples of that in previous episodes. So if you didn't hear those first few episodes on boundaries, go back and have a listen. Okay, I've got the boomerang in my hand now. Be consistent, but also flexible. So while consistency is key, be open to adjusting boundaries when needed. And we did touch on this in our last episode. This is where we talked about checking in with that boundary and making those adjustments. So you could say something like, I normally need an hour of downtime after work, but I can shorten it today if we can agree to stick to it moving forward. I have used that one many times in my home. Here's the boomerang, Alex.
Thank you. What you just said goes to episode number 3, how we talked about sometimes something happens in life and everything is thrown up in the air and you need to just completely adjust and shift. And that's just life. So, she just whipped the boomerang at my face. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I got it. Okay. Set a clear consequence if boundaries are crossed. Make sure that you establish what is going to happen if it isn't respected. Something you might say is, if I don't get the quiet time I need, I'll have to move my work to a different space to focus better. And I mean, that only matters if people really want to be around you, that quote, just so you know.
Okay, so that's consequence, but
Is that really a consequence? You know, like I'm thinking the only one who likes that one is a toddler. They really want you around, you know, and can you even leave because someone needs to watch them? So like, I don't know that example really resonates with many people.
Everyone else is like, okay, bye.
Yes, see you later. Chelsea, I have to reflect a little bit about the choice of this episode and how it's boomerang themed, because you realize a boomerang, you throw it and it comes right back at you. So we're probably now standing side by side. We're not like, I'm picturing us in a field across from each other,
right?
But we're not. We're side by side and we have to angle it and move out of the way when the boomerang comes back. That's all. I just had to get that off my chest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see here. How can I apply that to boundaries?
Boomerangs are predictable. And when you throw them, then they come right back at you. The benefits, just like the benefits of boundaries, they come right back at you and benefit you.
That was good.
Was that not amazing?
Good connection.
Thank you. Wow.
Well, there you have it. Some ideas on how to handle pushback with boundaries at work and at home. This is our wrap up of our boundaries series. Let's review the episodes. We had boundaries part 1. Where are your boundaries missing? So identifying where those boundaries are missing. We had boundaries part 2, which was defining boundaries at school and at home. Very important to be able to define those types of boundaries. And we had boundaries part 3, crafting clear limits for balance and well-being. And we had this episode number 4, where we used our imaginary boomerang to figure out how to handle pushback with boundaries.
So whether you're in Baltimore or Brainerd or Beardmore or Berlin, we hope that you are popping in some headphones, creating an opportunity for yourself to go for a little time bundle walk, communicate with the people around you that you're going to be gone for a while, and commit to that walk. Once you get home and you've, of course, listened to the Boundary series or any episode of the Edgewell podcast, check in with yourself and see if you feel a lot better, because I know those walks sure make me feel better.
That's right. Boundaries are there to protect your energy and foster healthy relationships. They're not about being rigid. They're about finding that balance.
Thanks for listening to the Edgewell podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend, subscribe, and leave a positive review. It helps others to find us.
Follow us on Instagram and Pinterest to help spread the word. For more inspiration, tips, and book recommendations, just head to the show notes and join the Edgewell newsletter today. Until next time, be well
and do well.